Today's meditation starts with a little bit of a longer quote from theologian named Henry Nouwen. Nouwen wrote, I am convinced that we can choose joy. Every moment we decide to respond to an event or a person with joy instead of sadness. When we truly believe that God is life and only life, then nothing need have the power to draw us into the sad realm of death. To choose joy does not mean to choose happy feelings or an artificial atmosphere of hilarity, but it does mean the determination to let whatever takes place bring us one step closer to the God of life. Maybe this is what is so important about quiet moments of meditation and prayer. Nouwen concludes, they allow me to take a critical look at my moods and move from victimization to free choice. Henry J. M. Nouwen's view of happiness and joy can give us something to think about, especially since in that quote, he's encouraging us to take time for meditation and prayer so that we can reinforce the opportunities to move past the temporariness of happiness and to look for the pure joy. So let's take a few moments of our time and see if we together, in a contemplative state, can't search for that joy that comes from the God of life. So take a moment to settle into the place where you're sitting. Take a couple of deep breaths. See if you can't get some of the tension out of your neck and shoulders. And let's listen to what is probably one of our most joy-filled hymns. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, praising thee, their Son above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the dark of doubt away. Giver of immortal gladness, fill us with the light of day. All thy works with joy surround thee. Earth and heaven reflect thy rays. Stars and angels sing around thee, center of unbroken praise. Field and forest, vale and mountain, booming meadow, flashing sea, chanting bird and flowering fountain, call us to rejoice in thee. Thou art giving and forgiving, ever blessing, ever blessed. Wellspring of the joy of living, ocean depth of happy rest. Thou, our Father, Christ, our brother, all who live in love are thine. Teach us how to love each other. Lift us with the joy divine. The description on the website hymnary.com is so beautifully written about this hymn that I'm going to just read it to you. Henry Van Dyke's brilliant hymn of praise has many layers that add to the beauty of his text. As hymnologist Albert Bailey writes, within Van Dyke's text, creation itself cannot conceal its joy, and that joy is appreciated by God at the center of it all. Likewise, nature fills us with joy, caused fundamentally by our recognition of God as the giver. We experience joy on many levels. We witness the joy expressed by creation. We bask in the joy of God as He delights in us. And we experience our own joy as we reflect on all God has done for us and through us. We have all heard this line over and over again, but it's worth repeating. We rush through life too quickly to stop and be filled with joy. I, for one, think that that's particularly poignant at this time of year when we do spend our days rushing more intensely than it feels we do any other time of the year. We have things to finish up at work. We have office parties to attend. We have things to bake for kids at school. We have presents to wrap. We have presents to buy. We have all of those phone calls that we need to make that just get backed up. We have to send out Christmas cards. We have to acknowledge Christmas cards. We put all of those rushing obligations on our shoulders. And it's difficult during the Advent season to remember to take the time to take that breath, to look around at the beauty of creation and see all that it is that God has created for us. As it concludes on that website, hymnary.com, and more so than anything, even when it seems to be crumbling around us, it's a world redeemed by Christ. What can we raise to our Savior but this outburst of joy? As it says in the first letter of Peter, though you have not seen him, you love him. Though you do not now see him, you believe in him and rejoice in the joy that is inexpressible and filled with glory, obtaining the outcome of your faith, the salvation of your souls. I can feel the joy. But before I go out into the world and express that joy and encourage you to do the same, how about we have a few questions to ponder? So I posed the possibility that there is a difference between joy and happiness. What are your ideas around what makes joy different than happiness? This hymn is so very descriptive. How do the ideas of melting the clouds of sin and sadness and driving the dark of doubt away help you to make more room for joy in your life? And my final question is, do you allow yourself the time to stop, look around, and see what fills you with joy and gratitude? And my final question connected to that is, why not do that now? And after you spend some time filling your heart with joy, I hope to see you back again tomorrow. And until then, take care and God bless.